Ticker symbol MVIS, otherwise known as Microvision, took a massive hit. This stock has been plummeting downwards since its announcement of earnings, and the earnings were, well, not good. Let's talk about the earnings, why this stock started to perform so poorly after the announcement, and where it could be going in the future. Before we get into this video though, I just want to ask you guys to please hit the like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. Check out our WeBull link in the description below if you guys want to pick up some free stocks with WeBull. Check out our course program and our channel membership. It's all linked down in the description below. But other than that guys, let's get right into this video. Alrighty guys, here we are with Microvision Inc. Let's talk about the stock. Let's talk about the earnings report that pretty much tanked the stock price, unfortunately. Let's just get into all of it and let's see where we are headed possibly in the future. Let's take a look. So Microvision Inc. is an American company that develops laser scanning technology for projection, 3D sensing, and image capture. Just as a little recap for those of you who may not be familiar with the overall operations of what this company does. Quick look here just to get an understanding of what the price level is currently at on the one-day chart, sitting at about 14.24% down on the day on the one-day chart. As you can see here, after hours plummeted even further, and overall just a down day for Microvision. Now, just a quick recap too for those who are unaware of this, but I'm sure many of you who are probably watching this video already are, so I will make it quick. Microvision is a very I would say interested a stock of interest, if you will, of Wall Street bets in the community of Reddit retail traders on there. A lot of people like this stock, and there has been a huge kind of push to rally it up recently, it seems. And unfortunately with this earnings call, well, that just did not play out. So let's take a read here. Let's figure out what happened with this earnings call, why Microvision kind of fell down the way it did. As you can see here, Microvision announced its first quarter 2021 results. MVIS down 14% on the day. Let's see here, Microvision, also this is on April 29th of Thursday, just so you guys have a time reference of when this is being recorded and talked about. Microvision Inc. is a leader in MEMS-based solid-state automotive LiDAR and microdisplay technology for augmented reality. Today announced its first quarter 2021 results. Revenue for the first quarter of 2021 was about 0.5 million compared to the 1.5 million of the first quarter of 2020, so obviously that's quite a bit of a decrease. Microvision's net loss for the first quarter of 2021 was 6.2 million, and that's about 4 cents per share basically, as far as earnings per share, compared to a net loss of 4.9 million or 4 cents per share for the first quarter of 2020. So the losses are increasing year over year, unfortunately. The company ended the first quarter of 2021 with $75.3 million in cash and cash equivalents compared to $16.9 million at the end of the fourth quarter of 2020. This is a statement from them. It looks like we remain on track in advancing our automotive LiDAR development program as the company completed its ACE ample LiDAR hardware and development platform on schedule. Chief Executive said, we are prepared and plan to share key performance data with potential customers, partners, or parties interested in a strategic transaction. We expect that a version of this first generation long-range LiDAR sensor, after internal and external validation, reliability, and compliance testing, could be available for sale in initial quantities in third or fourth quarter of 2021. So basically the main product that it seems that a lot of development's going into right now and their main focus is unfortunately, well, not available yet. It's still in production, it looks like, unfortunately. And after this earnings report, well, it's unfortunate. I mean, the fact that they went from in 2020 they were sitting at only about $4.9 million in losses to 6.2 million. That's almost a 2.7 million increase in losses. Not something you would want to really see with any kind of company that you're investing in long term, at least. Now, the thing with MVIS though that I'm sure most people are aware of and most people are probably taking into consideration is that this is not a stock that people are investing in for the long term. And I've heard a lot of people, tell me this before, that, this is not something that they're, we've talked about it with GameStop, we've talked about it with AMC. There are people who are holding this stock, but for the most part, with some of these types of really risky speculation kind of bets or hype kind of bets, like Microvision, for instance, this kind of stuff happens where, a huge catalyst will just come rushing through and unfortunately just absolutely destroy the stock. But that is the case. It looks like Microvision, basically losses went up and nobody wants to see losses going up. There's also less cash on hand, as you can see here. There's more cash on hand, it looks like, compared to the fourth quarter, which could be a good or a bad thing. That's kind of a 50-50 thing when it comes to earnings. And then basically revenue also dropped, unfortunately, which is just not good. So, LiDAR technology definitely could be a big deal in the coming AI revolution, you might say, for the automated driving industry. I could argue that microvision could have a nice place in there if this, long-range LiDAR sensors and their equipment and different types of technology that they're making that's involving this kind of stuff is really advanced and good, just objectively good. Maybe there could be some real push here, and maybe this stock could become more than just a kind of hyped up speculation bet. But for now, I can't see a reason to look beyond it. And of course, there are not always going to be great earnings. I know that many companies who, especially like Microvision, where they're just kind of getting things rolling, they're just kind of getting the ball rolling, things like this happen. If you look at almost any of these companies with low market caps, their overall financial statements and the fundamentals, some of the fundamentals are really good, but sometimes the financial statements aren't too good. So that is something to take into account with Microvision. Now, just to get a wider view, I would normally go into Thinkorswim, but they're down for maintenance, unfortunately, right now. So we'll put it up on here just so you guys get an idea of what's been going on with Microvision. So this is the 5-year chart on Google Finance. Unfortunately, that's all I could use TradingView, but I don't want to pull it up and waste your guys' time. So as you can see here, 5-year chart, all the way back to 2016, $1 stock for years, basically years and years. This stock just does not move. All of a sudden, right around here, May 1st, 2020, kind of starts to grow, get some hype here, kind of, starts to uptrend a little bit. As you can see here, the biggest, uptick in hype, I would say, around pretty much starting in December 11th, it looks like, but the big one obviously is January 29, 2021. Boom, shoots up in that original huge fiasco or huge debacle, whatever you want to call it, with GameStop, AMC, and all these other stocks. Microvision, of course, was in the basket that was going on with. The other thing is, obviously, with Microvision being up, if you look at other similar stocks, this stock also is running alongside some of them, which is interesting. As you can see here, over 5 years, up 842%, which is crazy to say the least. Going from a $1 stock to being up that much. If people were buying down here, at one point this thing was worth less than $1, right? 87, 81 cents, 65, very low. As you can see here, GameStop trading up around there. Just interesting to kind of look at in reference to it. But overall, this is what Microvision's looking like. If you look at the 1-month chart, it's basically just a consolidated version of that. But let's just real quick wrap this video up. We'll get into kind of my own thoughts on Microvision. Like I said before, I do think that they could have a really solid hold in the electric vehicle market, especially with autonomous driving capabilities with their LiDAR systems, because a lot of these vehicles do use radar type based technology to sense when other cars or buildings or different objects are in the way of the road or sensing roadways. So that could be a big deal. They could get some nice deals with that if this turns out to be a good system. The thing about earnings is that earnings sometimes, the company might be struggling financially, but it might have a really good product that it's developing that once it gets it to market, there might be some, some change hopefully in that, and the revenues will hopefully go up and they can pay off debts and hopefully get things going in the right direction. I think that Microvision, in my opinion, does have some upside potential, but right now I really just think it's a very speculative bet that I'm unfortunately going to have to say that I'm going to be staying away from. For those of you who have much more diamond hands than me, and you're still holding this stock, congratulations, good luck. I wish the best to you. I hope Microvision does, achieve all the goals that it's setting out to do, but we will just have to see. But unfortunately, this is just not a stock that I'm really going to probably touch anytime soon. So sorry if that upsets you. If you're a diehard Microvision fan, let me know in the comments what you guys think about that, or what you guys think about this company. I'd love to, maybe have my mind changed. I'm open to ideas and suggestions. I know a lot of you guys like to kind of leave these hit and run type comments where you're like, you're stupid because this, and you leave a paragraph about everything that the company has ever done in the entire history because you have much more time than me to research this specific stock and only this specific stock. But of course, let me know in hopefully a kind manner. If not, I understand. But either way, this is Microvision. And that is pretty much it as far as what happened with earnings and what I think is going to happen in the future. And that's pretty much it. But other than that, that's pretty much it for ticker symbol MVIS. Let me know, of course, down in the comments below if you guys like this stock, if you made any money with this stock, your overall thesis and thoughts about the stock. We'd love to hear and read your guys' suggestions, comments, and opinions. We'll have to see where the stock ends up going. I still think that there could be a bright future, hopefully sometime soon, but until then, this stock unfortunately is not really something I'm invested in. Make sure to check out our WeBull link if you guys want to pick up some free stocks with WeBull. Check out our course program and our channel membership if you like supporting us. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much it. I'm Kyle, Finance Pro. Take it easy.